We love a story of humble beginnings, and no one encapsulates that more than critically acclaimed chef Reuben Riffel. Our next leg of the Olive Pride chef tour takes us to Franschoek in the Western Cape, which is not only where Reuben opened up his very first restaurant, but is also where his food journey begins in the most heartwarming and inspiring way.
Cook along with us on the Clover Olive Pride Chef's Tour, a proudly South African cooking journey through the towns and dishes that made foodie heroes, such as the champion of traditional African cuisine, Luyanda Mafanya, master of fine dining, Chef Reuben Riffle, and proud flag bearer of National Braai Day, Jan Braai. Made with Olive Pride. Prepare to be proud.
This week on the Olive Pride Chef's Tour, we take in Franschoek, food, wine and art dynamo of the Western Cape. And not only home to Chef Reuben Riffel's award-winning restaurant, but also where his food journey began.
This is Oak Street, the street where I grew up in. I was born just down the road there, where my grandmother lives, in her bedroom. So yeah, this is a street where we played rugby, cricket, all sorts of games. And back then, the road wasn't even tarred, it was all gravel. So this is actually the house I grew up in. It looks a little bit different now. Back then, it used to have a big tree on the outside shading the house. And yeah, it was me, my brother, and my mum and my dad. Hello, Roddy. I was quite lucky as a child. On this plot, we used to have lots of fruit trees and vegetables, and my dad even had some chickens. So we really, we kind of like lived off the land here. My mum loved cooking, and later on, she also worked in a restaurant. And she used to bring back like really beautiful, tasty food. And I think that's how my love for food started. The restaurant where my mum worked at, incidentally, was also the restaurant where I got my first job. And that's where my food journey started. So nowadays, it's converted back into a home. But back then, it was a beautiful restaurant. It still has the plaque on there to show that it used to be a restaurant. I started as a waiter, not a great one at that. And luckily I had the opportunity to go work in the kitchen. And that's where I learned all these beautiful new flavors and tastes, and basically how I fell in love with chefing. Today, the restaurant is actually just across the road at the wine tasting next to the river on a beautiful deck on that side. But this is where it all began, and I learned so much from the different chefs that worked here. And many years have gone by, but I'm still in Franschoek, and I even opened my first restaurant here. So for me, it's quite special to have my own restaurant in the town where I grew up in. And Franschoek is known as the food capital of South Africa, and for me, it's really an honor to practice my craft here. The food we create here at Reuben's is really inspired by not only my upbringing, the traditions that I grew up with, the cooking of my mum and my grandmother, but also from my travels over the years. So it's a bit of a fusion of, I would say, two different worlds. But yeah, we keep it all fresh, and we're lucky to be able to only use local ingredients. Food, obviously, for me is my life. It's also my livelihood, but food is the way how I express myself. And food is also the way how I stay connected with my past, with my family, with my traditions. Even up to today, I enjoy that food brings people together. In the restaurant, it's for me great to be able to see happy people. I always say to the young chefs especially, if you treat cooking and food well and you want to treat people, that's how you show that you care for them. So food's got the ability to make people happy, and that's what I love the most. Being on this food journey with Olive Pride has inspired me to go back to my childhood and to cook one of my mom's favorite dishes. But I'm going to give it a modern twist.
Join Chef Reuben again next week as he takes his mom's seafood curry from homely favorites to a 5-star roasted hake and calamari with harissa honey and lemon cream. Cook along with Reuben at the next stop on our Olive Pride Chef's Tour.
Delicious. It loves to touch base with Reuben every time he comes through. Now, as part of our Olive Pride Chef's Tour, we're giving our viewers a chance to win a premium weekly prize. And we have our next winner. So without any further ado, congratulations goes out to Chiveao Manena. You have won yourself a state-of-the-art gas Weber braai. Now, we trust that this beauty will turn you into a master chef at home too. And don't forget, you still can stand a chance to win a weekly Weber braai and be entered into the grand prize draw to win a kitchen makeover worth 150,000 Rand. For details on how you can enter, you can buy Olive Pride in store and follow those instructions in the free recipe book. Good luck.
Join Olive Pride Chef's Tour and travel the country as we cook along with Luyanda Mafanya, Reuben Riffle and Jan Braai every Tuesday on Afternoon Express. Win 1 of 10 cooking appliances weekly or a grand prize of a kitchen makeover worth 150,000 Rand. To enter, buy any Olive Pride pack and dial star 120 star 2462 star with your unique code to enter. Prepare to be proud.